Hi, I will show you how you can chat with the RAG agent about your document and files that are stored in your S3 bucket. So the idea is that we'll use the built-in tool to connect your bucket, fetch your folders into aicuflow, and automatically index them for our RAG. Once that's set up, you can immediately start asking your agent complex question about your data. So let's dive in. We will start with creating a flow. It can be any, you can just name it. And we do not have anything in our um, folder here yet. It is our file manager. So we'll pull some data from the S3. For that, we need this option, data integration. And we'll use this tool to create an S3 connection. And here, basically, you can fill in information. I'll start with, let's say, S3 connection, my bucket, let's say. So this is my bucket name, and I'm just naming it. Let's say you'll enter your AWS credentials here. And here, this is important. You have to mention your AWS region, so it connects to the correct bucket. And in the end, you enter your bucket name. Now, this is the information regarding your bucket and accessing it, but then you want to mention the folder path. If you leave it, it will basically pull everything in it. And if you can basically specify a subfolder, and it will pick up all the files and subfolders within that folder. In our case, we'll go with, so inside docs, we'll have training, and then we basically have tabular information in that. So let's go with more broader version. Yeah. You can write some patterns here, like what files basically you want. If you leave it, it will fetch every file. And then it's time to, this option will basically download the files. Make sure to click here. And here you can simply mention like number of files you want to process. So I'll just empty because maybe I have more than 100 files. I'll just pull it all. And it has created this tool S3 and a sync job. So it is running. So basically it is fetching the information from the S3. If I go back to my root folder, then basically I can see that it's basically fetching new information. I'll give it some time for it to fetch and complete. So as of now, we created an S3 connection. It started a sync job, which is now successful. And it pulled 535 KB of data. And if I go to file manager, then basically I can see that the list of the files that it fetched. In our case, basically we have the documentation from our platform, which we can see here. And now we can move to next step, which is creating a RAG index. For that, I'll click on this icon, AI search. For now, we do not have a RAG index, so I'll just simply create here. And now it's building up. This is going to take a little bit of time based on the content of the file, the number of files that you had and pulled inside your file manager. And if there's just some files, then it won't take much time. But since in our case, we have like a lot of files, it can take a little bit of time. So you can basically close your browser and come back later. That's totally fine. Could take 10 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on the document. So now, okay, so it has built the index. We can see that all our files are showing that these are indexed, and we can basically switch between the file manager and the RAG here. I'll click back here. And we have it done. So our RAG is set up. We can basically see the connections and the stuff that our files had, the topics. So we could pick some topic, any topic. We can explore with this explorer here, or basically we can just ask questions straight away. So I'm basically going to ask a very basic question. What are the 3 nodes required to train a model in aicuflow? And let's see if it fetches the information correctly. And we can see that we have the answers, which are correct. 3 nodes, select data, train AI model. And basically we can see the sources here, like where it fetched that information from. Since I gave it our documentation, like our platform documentation, such as this documentation, and this is where it pulled that information from. I can ask it something else as well. What are the 2 types of output from a training and model? So we have the answer, model weights, and training metric. And again, we can see where it pulled that information from. And we can see the relevance score as well. Really crucial. Relevance score tells like what was the familiarity, how confident it was. So now that you know how to chat with it, you can basically also switch between file viewer or go back to rag chat anytime. And you can also like share your chat with your friends and colleagues, and they can also chat with it. They'll have this rag will basically have the access to the files as well. Like you can call it a knowledge base, and they can basically talk to it as well. You do not have to share your credentials. And you can also like create an API. So in next video, we will see how we can use this API in different use cases since it's open API style. And yeah, this is it for today. Thank you so much for joining.